Friendship with God audiobook. Today we are going to listen to the two-way communication. Before we start the two-way communication, there is some introduction and two new concepts we will know. One concept is life is a drama where we all play different roles. And once the drama is over, then we'll come back to your normal routine thing. So the dialogues in the drama and the script, they are maybe different, and that's how the life is. So we all play some roles, and once our life is over, then we'll come back to original form. The second concept is about the concept of conservation of energy and conservation of matter. So matter can be neither created nor destroyed, nor energy can be created, destroyed. So to start with, there is God, and from God the whole universe has emerged, and that is the reason why you find the whole universe is nothing but God. And how is that? The example is given as the gold ornaments. So when you look at the different gold ornaments, the ornaments may look different, but the content is the gold. Same way, the whole universe, when it is made from the original matter and mind, which is God itself. So a part of God is called Sat, and the other part is called Chit. Sat is existence and Chit is called awareness. So of course this is the story of the theory of Advaita. We have to just learn that and be aware that of the theory. So even if you believe or not, it is better always to be aware of this theory, and then the two-way communication starts.
So far part 1 and part 2 are complete. We know God is personal and there can be plural or different definitions of God, though God is one. We also agreed that even atheists can talk to God. Assuming we all like God and we can talk to God by prayer, we have to make efforts to what God says and contemplate on and meditate on God. For a two-way communication to God, we have to know some divine concepts, though we may follow them or not. If God appears and talks to us, at least we will know and recognize. In other words, we will not be caught unaware when God talks to us. It is like receiving a person without knowing how he looks like. We all follow one path and one definition of God, though there are many paths and many ways to reach God and talk to God. As long as communication is one way, we will have doubts if God is listening. Even if we have faith that God is listening, finally when God answers, we may not know. We may think it is not God who answered but someone else. In fact, God is invisible but his impact need not be invisible. Just like electricity which is not visible, when a bulb glows and we can see its light, so also we can see a fan rotating with electric power. Before we understand two-way communication, we need to know more about universe and God in detail. Each religion has outlined how creation is done and how God looks like. Many religions have said, God is not visible to us, except Sanatana Dharma, which says God is both visible and invisible. Though both Muslims and Christians accepted God as invisible, they accepted Prophet Muhammad listened to God's message from Gabriel, Moses and other prophets could listen to God's messages. Hence we can get to communication from God. Even though we may not be eligible, we can conclude someone else can listen to God, or it is possible if we become pure or be eligible in future. Now let us also go through others like Buddhists and Sanatana Dharma said about God. Buddhists, Hindus, Jains accept karma and reincarnation and have outlined meditation or dhyan as a way of enlightenment. So now we will go through some theories which might help our two-way communication with God. In Sanatana Dharma, there are three concepts called Advaita, unqualified unified theory, qualified unified theory, Vishishta Advaita, and Dvaita, God and humans are separate. As Dvaita is similar to Christianity and Islam except it believes in idol worship, we did not discuss as in principle, God can talk to us. Let us briefly learn two theories which will help us two-way communication, or readers can skip these two and go to chapter 20. As per Santana Dharma, we are not the body or mind, but Atma or spirit which is pure and a reflection of God. However, Vishishta Advaita philosophy qualified this statement. They say, we are like milk and water. God is pure water. Unless we purify ourselves, we cannot be like God. This is called qualified unified theory. Whether you are like all over the world, think separate from God, or think if you are purified, you will be like God, or essentially you have divine qualities, speaking to God is possible. In one case you are speaking to yourself, or in like an inner dialogue with God is your inner voice, or like prophets who heard the voice of God. Baba said, an unripened mango is Dvaita, God in you, as it ripens, Vishishta Advaita, and fully ripened mango is Advaita. 18. Life is a drama. As per Advaita, universe is illusion and Brahman is real. Brahman is the form of God, also called Parabrahma or Paramatma. Incidentally, Brahman is formless, nameless, Nama, Rupa Rahita. To understand both universe and life, as per Advaita, let us consider an example. Life is where we write the script, we play the role and we also watch the show. Then who is God? He is in all of us. Then will he play, or direct, or watch? All the three. How does it happen? That is the most difficult question to answer. But I ask another question to answer that question. When we sleep, who is the script writer, dialogue writer, who plays all the roles, and finally who is watching our dream? If you can answer this question, I will answer that question. I know Advaita philosophy looks complicated. Let me tell you another story. There was a puppy who entered a room full of mirrors. The puppy saw the image of himself in the mirror and started barking. Then his master entered the room and understood the problem. He started petting the dog. Puppy became happy and then he got a doubt. Why is that all the puppies are also petted by his master? Then slowly puppy realized that it was his images he saw in the mirrors and started jumping around. Same thing happens with children. Initially they do not know how to react to the mirror image of themselves. Slowly they get used. Thus we also, not realizing we are all made in the image of God, do not recognize this world as resound, reaction and reflection of us. Once a guru took his disciple to a valley and asked him to shout, which came back to him as resound. Guru explained to the disciple, world reacts what we say and we also react and reflect what we see. Hence there is no need to get angry when somebody shouts at us. When we smile, the world smiles at us. I recall one incident, when I entered a street which was marked one way. I saw somebody driving from opposite to my car and instead of frowning, I thought of pardoning him and smiled. He also smiled, and after I exited the road on the other side, I realized it was my mistake to enter the street as he was right. Luckily I got saved as I smiled at the person who was coming in the right direction. Thus instead of me pardoning him, I was pardoned by him, which I did not see till I came to the other side of the one-way street. Life is like that. When we shout, world shouts at us. We are all made in the image of God. How we behave with others will come back to us. We all are made in the image of God, and that is why is Baba always used to address us, Divya Atma Swarupulara, O embodiments of Atma. Once famous journalist R.K. Karanja asked Baba, are you God? Baba replied, that is only half truth. You are also God is the remaining truth. How do we know this truth? By observing our reactions and not reacting to others' burst of emotions. When we talk to people nicely, they also talk nicely to us. Life is a drama where we play different roles. Like in a game of chess, both pawn, king and queen will go to the same box, we all go to the same place after death. God is the director and we all are actors. World is a stage, as Shakespeare said. In short, let us go start conversing with God with a belief that we are made in the image of God but play different roles as per script directed by God. 19. God is universe. The reason we learned non-duality, Advaita, theory is that as per Advaita philosophy, there is no universe, God is universe, but when we see God as universe, we see SAT, existence, Chit, awareness, and God is SAT Chit Ananda, existence, awareness and joy. As we do not know how God looks like, we think God is elsewhere. Let us try to understand the theory. In the beginning, God was alone. He wanted to love himself and he became many. We see that happening in cell division. Single cell divides into two and two becomes four, soon 1,000 cells form. Thus when God divided himself in, he became universe keeping two of his characteristics intact. One is existence and other is awareness. One is matter and other is mind. Baba has explained the reason for creation is love. Unless we have two persons or two things, there cannot be scope for love. Now if God becomes universe, who will look at and appreciate it? That is why we are formed from the same elements of universe. But when our body and mind are formed, God entered us to enjoy the universe. Unless there is one who will see and one thing to be seen, beauty cannot be defined. For example, if we have musician and music, it is not enough. We need a music lover to enjoy. Thus from one God, two entities, one universe, nature, and another entity, man was created. These two are called knower and known, which are connected by knowledge. To know this, we, human beings are endowed with highest awareness, Chitvajanana. By our awareness, we are supposed to know God is in us as well as in the universe. If this theory is accepted, we know we all are connected and we can love each other and respect each other. If we look at universe, atoms, protons, electrons are same in all universe including us. If we are able to see God in universe, it is easy to converse with God. Some may not accept this theory, they can go back to chapter 20 and we start two-way communication with God. To have a